The government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, is thanking the government and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis for their support in calling for Taiwan to be included in international organizations. I'm Huie, and we're in the final furlong of our trip here in Taipei, Taiwan, international press group, which I'm a part of. I've been here for the past few days covering economic and political developments here in Taiwan. And one of the questions I asked the various government officials that we spoke to is how important, how significant was St. Kitts and Nevis' support of Taiwan as it relates to in calling for its inclusion in international organizations. As you are aware, St. Kitts and Nevis would have adopted a resolution in the National Assembly recently. This was done unanimously, where all the parliamentarians voiced their support for Taiwan to be included in international organizations. One of the persons who expressing gratitude here in Taiwan, in the Taiwanese government, is the Minister of Health, Zhong Yang She, who, while speaking to reporters through an interpreter on Friday, made it very clear that they are grateful to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis for their support to Taiwan.
First of all, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to your esteemed nations, St. Christopher and Nevis, for speaking on Taiwan's behalf on various international occasions. Also, I'd like to thank our diplomatic allies and friendly countries for advocating for Taiwan in the United Nations or even in the WHO. All these support is critically important, and we are deeply grateful, and we look forward to your continuous support.
Now, of course, Taiwan not being included in international organizations stems from the One China policy. Now, this policy is a principle that recognizes the People's Republic of China, PRC, which is based in mainland China, as the only country, or rather, the one China, and Taiwan is actually a province of China. Of course, Taiwan sees itself as an autonomous state and wants to be included in international organizations. Now, this goes all the way back to World War II. And most of the countries in the international community recognizes the One China policy, and as such does not recognize Taiwan as a sovereign state. Hence, why Taiwan is not included in a lot of these international organizations. Now, Taiwan has been making the case that they have a lot to give to the international community, especially in the area of health, because of the advances that Taiwan has made in the development of healthcare in Taiwan, and not only in Taiwan, but also assistance that Taiwan provides to other countries, especially its allies. This point, the health minister made very clear during his engagement with the press, and again, he spoke through an interpreter.
So Taiwan has been a good friend to the world. As you can see from the video that we just played, this has demonstrated that Taiwan has done its very best to promote greater cooperation to help other countries as well as the people in need. And we have always tried to advocate and provide our support in terms of international medical cooperation and aid programs. When it comes to the professional medical momentum as well as the training for international talent and the donation of medical supplies to other countries, Taiwan has tried its best to become a responsible stakeholder in the international community.
Now, the World Health Assembly is coming up later this month, of course, where members of the World Health Organization will be in attendance. And Taiwan is making a case that it would like to attend. In fact, they have said very clearly, the minister did indicate when asked about this, that he will be attending the WHO, but he has not been given, Taiwan has not been officially invited, not even as an observer in an observer capacity. They have just been not invited, at least up to news time when we got this information. But they said that they are prepared to attend, and hopefully they'll be given the opportunity to participate. One of the points also the health minister pointed out is that, made very clear, is that being a part of the international organizations such as the World Health Organization would give them the opportunity to receive information that will be very crucial in the fight against infectious diseases affecting the world. Supporting the health minister, of course, is the foreign affairs minister, Mr. Joseph Wu, who also voiced his support and thanks to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for supporting Taiwan.
The National Assembly has been passing resolutions or adopted joint call for Taiwan's inclusion in major international fora like the WHO, Interpol, UNFCCC, ICAO, and etc. And those kinds of calls are needed by Taiwan. If you look at the current difficulties of Taiwan's international participation, we have been excluded from most of the major international organizations. And it is being very difficult for Taiwan to try and participate in those international organizations. Of course, the source of the problem was China's attempt to exclude Taiwan from international organization. And therefore, for anyone, for any country, to have its voice heard in those international organizations are being very critical for Taiwan. And St. Kitts and Nevis, along with other diplomatic allies of Taiwan, have been very vocal and very forceful in calling for Taiwan's inclusion in the major international organizations. And that kind of advocacy has been highly appreciated by the Taiwanese people. And therefore, the role played by St. Kitts and Nevis in Taiwan's participation in international organizations is very critical. And we appreciate the effort of St. Kitts and Nevis.
So basically, we're on the final furlong of our trip. We were here for about a week or a little less than a week, where we visited a number of agencies. Here in SK Newsline, we'll provide you more information. We have a lot more stories to tell from Taiwan, and we'll be doing that in the ensuing days, even after I would have returned to St. Kitts and Nevis. Coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan, for SKN Newsline, I'm Andre Huie.